Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, what we're going to be doing is basically going through another kill streak breakdown for Han Solo. This ended up being a 56 kill streak on Jakku. Super crazy kill streak. Could have been a lot more potentially as well, but we're just going to go through it and I'm going to break it down, give you guys some tips, sort of how I'm thinking when I play heroes and what I do to get better kill streaks and things like that. So starting off in the first phase, the first thing I want to do is get rid of that ATST, because we all know how powerful the ATST rocket can be against heroes. Even after multiple nerfs, it is still very dangerous. So that was my first priority, is to not get killed by that. Han, in my opinion, is one of the best heroes in the game. He's probably the best blaster hero, especially if you can land headshots like that. Look how easily you can wipe out infantry with this. And if you land a headshot, it's just game over for the enemy. I got to make sure no one gets behind me here. So again, using the detonite to my advantage. There is a slight delay I've found on the kill for the detonite charge on occasion, but it's nothing too serious. As far as star cards go, I'm using the broad shoulders star card, which gives me damage reduction when using the shoulder charge. This gets me out of trouble a lot of the time and can save me. This is actually before, I believe, Han got the buff to his shoulder charge, making it do 200 damage, so it was still only doing 150 at this stage. And I had to actually follow up if I was attacking heavies. I didn't even see this guy. I ran straight past him, had no idea he was even there. But yeah, this was before Han's shoulder charge. The second star card I was using is Airburst, so that gives the detonite, I believe it's bonus damage if it's detonated in midair. Or it's a bigger radius. I can't remember which one it is, but whichever one makes you detonated in midair for an extra stat, that's the one I'm using. It is called Airburst, so this is a really good card. Helps with crowd control and taking on multiple enemies, or if you get snuck up on, you can pretty much just toss the detonite and take out an enemy. If you know a team's camping, it's a good way to get teams out of the area that they're camping in as well. So, and then the third card I was using for Han is the one that allows his blaster to build up less heat. I forget the name of it. Heavily modified blaster, maybe. But yeah, that's the other card that I was using, so that Han's blaster can be fired off more often, so that it doesn't build up heat as quickly, and you can basically take more shots at enemies. Again, another ATST has made its way down into phase 1, so I'm just going to back up here a little bit until we can get a little bit more damage on it, so that my team can kind of take it out for me and I don't have to worry about it too much. Just surveying this left side, because teams love to creep up the side here. Like you can see the Sith trooper there trying to get up on me. Always backing up to regen health, because you don't know where the first order aerial might be lurking, and they are an absolute pest on this map. Because of the splash damage that the first order aerial has, they're very dangerous to heroes, and I can attest to this because I literally can destroy most heroes 1v1 with a first order jet trooper since they've had the new version of them added to the game. So right now, just falling back into the new objective area, trying not to get sniped. I do have the bro Jazza in the game right now. You can see him down there in my squad, but he did actually leave, I think, halfway through this phase. He had to go, he had something come up, so we are working together a little bit at this point, but you know, I was kind of popping up, so I just went and did my own thing. This spot here, if you have a detonite charge right as the enemy team is coming up that hill, is probably the best place and time to use it. Boba Fett, I'm not sure why you'd choose Boba on Jakku, but look at this right here. Bang, multi-kill. I think that was 3 kills in that with that detonite. That's the best spot in this second phase to use your detonite charge. You'll see me do it multiple times. I kind of just wait, save it, and then when I know there's a group of enemies clustered there, I'll try and use it. That, and then the left-hand doorway as well is a really good spot to use your detonite too, because teams tend to peek that area, and then they try and get multiple of them in that spot, and you can just pretty much just throw one in there and wipe out a whole squad. So just keeping my distance a little bit, because playing a blaster hero, if a lightsaber hero does come up and get too close to me, it's a lot of danger for any blaster hero. It doesn't matter who you're playing, whether it be Han, Iden, anyone. You can pretty much get destroyed immediately by a blaster hero, especially in these close quarters like this. And right now, just trying to help out my team, staying back a little bit. I know there's a hero here, so trying to use the sharpshooter to sort of keep him at bay. And because I know it's Darth Maul, he has a low stamina pool. I just want to... Look at that, we just wrecked him. Because Darth Maul has a low stamina pool, the sharpshooter is definitely a big help. Right there, there's just too many enemies. I lose a ton of health, so I've got to actually retreat. Knowing when to retreat is a big advantage too. Like if you try and fight enemies when you're in a bad situation, it's just not going to work out well. You need to play very smart. Land your shots. Look at this. I shouldn't really take on that Sith Trooper with such low health, but I'm confident enough to like land my shots and feel like that's going to be a good option for me in taking that fight. But some people, if you don't have the best aim, probably shouldn't take that fight. Like I said, I felt really good with Han during this kill streak, so I figured there are a few more fights that were probably questionable that I actually took on, ended up winning. So again, should have landed one more shot there and killed that guy. 32 kills already, and like I said, if this went all the way into the final phase and I could have survived all the way into the final phase, it would have been a massive kill streak for me. I'm a little bit disappointed that it didn't go all the way to the end, but again, just keeping Boba at bay. I'm not too concerned about him, and something that I think a lot of people make mistakes on when they are going for kill streaks, if there's an enemy hero on the other team and they're kind of just leaving you alone, not really killing you, they're not really taking the objective or anything like that, you kind of may as well leave them alive. Like if they're not any threat to you, you may kill them, and then if you kill them, someone else that's like a sweaty hero player may come in and they may have a grudge against you and try and kill you because you've killed them multiple times. So if there's a hero that's not really doing too much to affect your kill streak, sometimes it's better just to leave them alone. Maybe hit them once or twice just to make them back up and keep them known that you're there. But yeah, other than that, you can almost leave them there sometimes and just let them go. So right now, just picking off anyone that sort of comes down these corridors. Notice that I'm using my angles really well, so keeping my body close to that right side wall and keeping myself in cover. Using the middle pylons and the cargo crates or whatever they are as cover again is another good option, and firing down into that right corridor. So these are all things you guys can do as well, just to keep yourself alive a little bit longer, give yourself a bit more cover. Now I know Darth Maul's behind me here, so I've got to actually reposition. And I was a little concerned that he did get behind me, but I saw how low health he was, so that made me actually want to try and scare him off a little bit. And that allowed these guys to push up. Again, lucky I'm just landing every shot. And then I know he's right there, so an easy detonite just to get him off me. Like I said earlier, the first order Jet Trooper is deadly against heroes, so I've got to be very careful when they do push up on me. Again, look at this angle. This is one of my favorite angles to take in this second phase of Jakku. Han's an absolute beast on this map, so if you guys are wondering who to pick on Jakku, it should probably be Han. And then we get the backup. Oh, we got to back up because we get the fallback signal. I sometimes take this side, but I like to go to the, I guess, our defending right side. Shooting down this hill is always a good option. Again, you have the high ground. It's easier to land headshots. You get a better angle with Han. And you can throw the detonite right over that ledge there and pick off easy kills, as you can see from that example. So this was actually the best kill streak I've ever had with Han. 56 is the highest I've had with any blaster hero. Like I said, he is my favorite blaster hero to play in the whole game. But again, just constantly repositioning, because I feel like if you stay in the one position for too long, you'll get a hero creep up on you, or you're not going to end up, you know, in a safe position. Because if you stay in the same spot constantly, you're going to kill someone like multiple times from that spot. They're going to get mad. They're going to hunt you in that spot. They're going to know exactly where you are. So a lot of the time I try to reposition fairly often. And again, Vader is a big threat, so I need to clear him out of here as quick as possible. And luckily I've got my team with me, so this is really going to get him away. And he's backing up now because he's really scared of losing his hero. Sometimes it's just about warning the enemy that you're there and that you could potentially wipe them out. So when Vader got ragdolled by the detonite there, he would have like shit himself. So he probably backed up really hard on that. Again, just trying to land shots from this angle, knowing where enemies are. I'm surprised that didn't kill anyone. I got a hit marker, but didn't get a kill. So just trying to use as much cover as I can. That's a really hard angle for the enemy to actually push from, because I do have a decent amount of cover. And if your aim is good, it's hard for the enemy to stop you from here, because Han's blaster is just so good. Like I said, does a ton of damage. Even at range. Even at range, I can pick these guys off, and I'm not too concerned, although I was shooting into the back of that heavy's personal shield, or the detonite again. So 53 right now. You can tell this is just so easy picking off these enemies. Most of them aren't even looking at me, and if I am getting sniped from afar, it's quite easy just to line them up from this top corner. And look at this, just absolutely annihilating people. If you can land all your shots, it's incredible. Trying to keep an eye on Vader at all times because he is a little bit of a threat. And right here, because I'm blind, I'm missing a few shots. It probably could have been a 60 kill streak if I landed all these shots here and Vader wasn't sort of trying to creep his way in. I could have let these two heroes into our objective and the game would have gone on much longer, but you'll see how the game ends up anyways. So just again, keeping Dooku at bay as best as possible, and game over. So 56 kill streak with Han Solo, my best blaster kill streak out of everyone, which I thought was really, really incredible. You could see how well I was aiming for the majority of that round. There were a few times where I missed some shots, like right at the end there, which could have potentially made it 60. Again, if we went into the final phase, I could have had 60, 70, 80, who knows how many kills I could have gotten with the way I was playing during this kill streak. So if you guys haven't like really tried Han on Jakku, it's probably the best map for him. I pick Han almost every time I play Jakku in Galactic Assault, and you can see why, because I know all the angles. I know where the best place to throw a detonite charge is. I know how to position myself really well so that I can be most effective with him. So I hope these tips helped. Like I said, the star cards I use are Airburst, Broad Shoulders, and whatever heavily modified blaster I think it's called. They're the 3 star cards that I find best for Han in Galactic Assault. The only thing I change in Heroes vs Villains is I change Broad Shoulders to I think it's Sharpshooter's Calm. So 1 star card change isn't really a huge deal. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said on Twitter and everything earlier today, I've been pretty absent lately. I've got some stuff going on that I needed to take care of, but I'm hoping to get back to a more regular content upload schedule soon. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, and everybody leave a big thumbs up on the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one, and may the Force be with you always.